The pandemic has accelerated digitalization of education and learning, and learners have since been getting used to the digital or hybrid platforms. While some learners with disabilities may have more access and new opportunities to education because of the digitalization, others may face barriers if the digital learning platforms are not made accessible. Trainers have put in effort to move their physical classes online and enhance the accessibility of their curriculum since the pandemic. Digital platform providers like Zoom, Microsoft, and Google are also continuously improving the accessibility of their features for persons with disabilities. For instance, Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet now include captions for deaf persons to capture what the speaker is saying. Technology has helped bridge the barrier to access information and services. The introduction of smart mobile devices and the accessibility features also made it easier for persons with disabilities to access to information in their learning opportunities and indirectly enables an inclusive education. As learning channels are more digitalized or hybrid, the spectrum of digital literacy is also becoming wider. Some persons with disabilities may face challenges in catching up with the advancements, especially if they have limited or unequal access to equipment and software. Having an inclusive mindset from all players in the field would help drive more opportunities. For instance, platform providers, training providers, and end users all play different roles. Platform providers will need to ensure accessibility of platform, training providers need to ensure that content is accessible, and end users need the appropriate tools to access and consume the content on the platform. SG Enable administers a variety of grants to encourage persons with disabilities to upskill and take part in continuous training. For instance, the Open Door Program training grant that defrays the cost of training for employment. We also have the Immediate Core Enable Fund to support their learning aspirations, and most recently, the Temasek Trust CDC Lifelong Learning Enabling Fund to support persons with disabilities in continued education beyond their schooling years. We strongly encourage companies to reach out to SG Enable to learn about disability management to better engage their employees with disabilities and the reasonable accommodations they can provide to their employees, including assistive technology. Our Open Door program assists companies in providing appropriate support to their employees with disabilities, companies seeking to benchmark their practices, and to improve in their hiring and retention of employees with disabilities can also apply for the Enabling Mark, the National Accreditation for Disability Inclusive Employment. Increased access to technology means that persons with disabilities can enter sectors previously thought to be out of bounds to them, such as programming. However, increased access does not mean equal access. So there is a need to ensure that persons with disabilities gain the knowledge, digital skills, and tools to perform their work tasks effectively and independently. Workforce digitalization also encourages the acceptance of new working norms such as remote working flexibility, allowing persons with disabilities access to a wider range of employment opportunities. Accessibility features in mainstream devices such as smartphones and tablets, coupled with applications, have made it easier for persons with disabilities to access content and stay connected to the world. Secondly, AI and speech-to-text technologies have improved the accessibility of speech and media-based content to engage a wider range of audience who may be unable to consume the content otherwise. Lastly, text-to-speech and communication tools and software allows persons with disabilities to independently communicate and engage with other learners and teachers. The first is really to be user-centric, having a good understanding on the needs of persons with disabilities and how the design solution can address and not over-design them. Second is about keeping an open mind, thinking out of the box to explore possibilities. And third is to not reinvent the wheel, doing sufficient research and innovating over and beyond what is already done.